Well, good morning, sports fans. Where in the world is Wayne today? Well, we are in Mocoa, Colombia, which is in southern Colombia. Our intent today is to ride to Pasto, Colombia, via a road called the Trampoline of Death, also known as the Trampoline of the Devil. This was a road that was built for the military back in, I think, 1937. It's about 150 kilometers between here and Pasto. It's known as the most dangerous road in Colombia and one of the most dangerous roads in the world. People do die up here by doing stupid things, but I also know many motorcyclists have gone through here without a problem. The problem we may have today is if I turn around here, you may not be able to see it really well, but it's raining and they do get mudslides up there. And so if we can't get through, we'll turn around and we'll come back and figure out another way. Anyway, wish us luck. Bye. All right, well, the first thing on our agenda this morning is we need to get gas. We looked at the map. We've got 150 kilometers of dirt here today and no gas stations. So we need to find a gas station here at the beginning, get fueled up. Fortunately, there was one right by our hotel, so we pulled in and topped off the tanks and headed out. So the road started out this beautiful 2-lane asphalt ribbon, really, really nice. As we start to climb, we can start to see the mountains here in the distance, and they're covered in clouds, so we expect we're going to get wet today. We're going to get up to about 10 or 11,000 feet in elevation at the top of this pass today. The road quickly turns to dirt, and good old Dave, he likes to take shortcuts whenever he can, so off he goes up the left track here, and Steve and I stay on the right track. I didn't know where that little left track was going to go. Dave apparently did, and he came out ahead of us there. So we knew there were going to be some water crossings on this trip. I'd seen other videos from other motorcyclists where streams and creeks kind of went over the roadway. The very first water crossing we came to was the biggest and deepest, and it was no problem whatsoever for our bikes. You can see Dave going through, and now Steve. And then as I go through, Dave's going to get a picture of me with his GoPro, but yeah, this was nothing. The rest of the water crossings were much smaller than this and were no issue whatsoever. So this next water crossing we're going to come across here is an example of what the rest of them were like. Very shallow. The only worry there you have is maybe a bit of slime build up in the bottom, and then we have these spectacular views as we're going along here. They're just unbelievable. Right after this, we come across our first construction area, and as usual, the motorcycles get to go right to the front and wait things out. The rain had stopped by this point, and we were getting a little warm, so we took this particular stop as an opportunity to get out of our gear. Well, we are stuck here, as we have been many times before. There's one lane of traffic. They're doing construction, probably a mudslide. So they let one lane go through, and then they'll let the other lane. So we're just going to have to sit and chill here for a bit. So I get caught with my pants down. You can see this motorcyclist take off. Well, while I'm trying to get my gear put away, they say, let's go, right? So these cars and trucks, they start to go around me. I'm stuck in the middle of the road here. I quickly strap my gear down, but not very well, and I was concerned it was going to fall off. Dave and Steve have gone off ahead of me. It's a real muddy track. Look at the views off to the left there, just beautiful. I think the construction they're doing is they're putting a new guardrail in up here, is what this looks like. And as you can see, we're going to come up around a corner. This is one lane, right? You cannot fit 2 lanes of traffic, although that's what we're trying to do here. So we're squeezing past these trucks on the left-hand side. Fortunately, Dave and Steve found a place to pull over so I could catch up to them and then get my gear strapped back on. I'm telling them, hold up, hold up. I'm losing my... So one of the problems we ran into pretty frequently is getting stuck behind these trucks. We're on a 1-lane road and we can't get past them. There's no place for them to pull over. Now we get to this hairpin turn, and there's a big piece of machinery on the other side that this truck can't get past. But with our motos, we're able to squeeze around him, and we're able to get through this particular situation. But we're about to come upon a situation where we think we're going to have to turn around and go back. Take a look.
He's got it. I don't know. Got a couple. Ooh. Wow. Oh. Ooh. Not very amused by me. That was damn. All right.
So after we finally got through that tight squeeze, weather was looking great, the views were beautiful, but we hadn't eaten anything all day, and we knew there were a couple of tiny little villages up here, so we found this little place. We stopped, grabbed an empanada and some coffee, and were then able to continue our journey. The rest of this road was pretty uneventful. You know, a few trucks we had to get around and pass, some very beautiful scenery, a couple to take a look there, a couple of bridges to go across, but otherwise quite uneventful, and kind of a letdown because we really thought it was going to be more challenging than it was. And once the dirt road ended, we were treated to this absolutely stunning 2-lane paved road that went through the mountains. The views were stunning. It took us all the way to Ipiales. We went past Pasto, and it was just gorgeous. Let's take a ride on this road to a little bit of music.
Some sort of greenhouses. Coca leaves.
All right, folks, well, what did you think of that ride? So the Trampoline of Death was not quite as challenging as we thought it might be. It was raining when we left Mocoa, so we were a bit concerned, but we've ridden much tougher roads so far on this trip. So anyway, the scenery was beautiful. We were way up in the mountains in the Andes. And then we made it safely here to Ipiales. We're actually in a small town outside Ipiales because there's a very famous church here. We're going to spend the day just kind of catching up on things and relaxing before we cross into Ecuador tomorrow. So, if you enjoyed this video, please give us a big thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you on the next ride.